guys. I hope everybody's doing well. It is, what day is it? It's Saturday. Um, it's Saturday, November 3rd, and I wanted to do another pick a card reading for you guys because you just really loved that. So, we're gonna do pick a card for messages from your divine complement, okay? I know a lot of you guys are resonating with that. So I have not looked at these cards. I did shuffle them and put them into piles, but I'm going to be just seeing these as you guys are seeing these. So first of all, let me just say that my website is set up now for you to be able to schedule with me in blocks of time. So if you go to redhoundreiki.com, you can choose an appointment time to do either readings or healing. As you may know, I'm more an energy healer than anything, but I often will use readings to get to the core of what is going on with you. So you will get a reading in general whenever you schedule with me. And everything that I do can be done remotely. So again, redhoundreiki.com, and you can schedule there and I will be in touch with you. So, all right, let's get started with group number 1. I will probably, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. I'll probably put a photo of the cards up in the beginning so that you can look at them and decide, since I decided to record this of my face instead of just an audio recording. Okay, anyway, so group number 1 has the Lovers, the Six of Cups, the King of Swords, Compassion, Authority, number 44, Integration, number 16, Caught in the Ruins from the Akashic Tarot. So looking at this, I feel like this person is really in touch with their emotional space right now. Like I feel their heart chakra has been opened and they're aware of a kind of nostalgia to the relationship with you, whether or not there's a real relationship going on right now or not. You know, even if you're in separation um, and not really talking. In fact, that's probably more of what these cards are about, because otherwise, why would you need messages if you were just talking to them? So I feel like this person really does feel this connection and is aware of it and feels it in their heart space. I feel like you give them a lot of joy because that card is about joy, but also I see the girl in this picture handing the boy what looks like kind of a gift. And I know most of my viewers are females, so it's almost like the counter, the compliment is the one receiving the gift and saying and just feeling really grateful and really joyous for receiving it. The Lovers is there, so it's almost like this with that Six of Cups. I feel like it makes it a very faded type pairing that um, also with the snakes. It's like the symbol. God, why I can't think of what that symbol's called. That the health professionals use, where the two snakes are climbing up the pole. There's a name for it. Starts with a C, I think. Anyway, I'm just not thinking of it right now. And that to me is like transformative love. It's like and it's like alchemical type love. It's like two halves of the same whole. And it's appearing here with the 6, which makes me feel like it's past life. Like you have had more than one life together. And that is how you recognize this person. It could be that you know them from childhood, which could be that recognition, and there are children in this card, as there typically is in the Six of Cups. So either a past life or a childhood relationship. Um, this person is just expressing that profound connection, and yet they are saying that they need to be rational about this right now. They're looking critically at their lives, and in some ways, they might be judging themselves, um, and feeling like they're not bringing enough to the table. But I feel like they're also still in that frame of mind where they're making the rational choice, whatever that might be. They're making the choice that they need to right now. So for everyone, that's going to be different. For a lot of people, they're still sort of staying where they are because they feel like that's the smart choice. That's the rational choice, is to remain in whatever situation they're in, whether we're talking about, like, somebody who's across the country and needs, is not in the same place as you. I feel like that is a lot of them. Because there's a strong sense of like a need to communicate here. So it could be that's what your relationship is based on, is like electronic communication. Um, it could also just be somebody who's like, I have, like there would be an incredible amount of like legal issues involved in moving on from their current situation. Somebody, oh my gosh, somebody might even be in jail. I don't know why I'm getting that for the King of Swords, but that just showed up in my mind's eye. Um, they are dealing with this in a rational way, and it might mean that there's a bit more of a delay before anything moves forward, but they want you to know that the heart connection is there. And that also shows up with the card of compassion, that that they feel that connection. I'm just seeing like the lines between the green heart chakra and the pink higher heart chakra, which is the compassion chakra, moving between you. Um, They are compassionate to and understand your situation, and also ask for you to reciprocate that. I feel that it's almost like they're waiting on their higher guidance to move, to make any changes in their lives. Like they're kind of, I don't want to say they're stuck, because I don't really feel that they're stuck necessarily, but they have been stuck, and they're kind of getting to that point where they know they need to make a change in their lives in order to have self-compassion. However, they're just not sure how to do that yet, and it's like they're waiting for this guidance to come in. They're really not clear on their own like self-guidance, I guess. They really need to integrate this authority, their inner emperor, their inner masculine, whoever they are, whether they're male or female. Like I always say, we all have both things. And I feel like they're looking outside of themselves or upward for the direction, which is not a bad thing if you're looking to the divine. But they need to integrate that ability to follow their own direction, to make their own choices, to take that step forward on their own. The next card I have for them is number 44, integration. And that says, I combine body, mind, and soul to lift all of humanity into a new dimension. So this is somebody who likely is following their higher guidance, and they are integrating, like I said, that masculine and feminine piece of themselves. So it's like they're it's number 44. That's a master number. That's a number of masterful work, and that integration, that balance and combination of the two is mastery. So they're in the process of doing that work right now, which is so important because this is what is needed to be able to truly bring the divine complements together in a meaningful way, meaning in a way that they won't just repel each other apart because they trigger each other out so much. So this person is doing the work. That's what I'm feeling here, that the connection is real with the lovers, the Six of Cups, and compassion, but with the King of Swords, the authority, and the integration cards, they're doing the work. And then the final card I have for them is Caught in the Ruins. And so this is that card of having been stuck, really having been in a situation. So this might be somebody who's breaking out of a karmic situation, whether it involve children. Actually, these are adults in here, but I perceive them as children a lot of times. So they might be working out past life issues before they can fully integrate all of their lessons and all of their energy. They might also be in a situation, again, which involves legal issues with the King of Swords here. So there's something that needs to be overcome, and that they actually are at the place where they really see the truth of the connection here. Again, here's the truth with the connection. However, there are still some mountains to climb, okay? And they're waiting for that guidance and that understanding to come through, but this guidance will lead them out of this situation, which is trapping them to an extent, or has been trapping them. I really feel like this person is open to and enlightened enough to not truly be trapped, but they are in a situation that's going to take some work to get out of, and some of that work is let's put it this way, the majority of the work is internal. The external stuff falls away as you move forward, okay, and do this internal work. So that is number one. I'm trying to think if there's any additional messages coming out of here. So this person is really just recognizing the connection, but recognizing their challenges as well. So they just want you to make sure that you stay in the vibration of compassion, because it's a high vibrational energy and it's going to assist them in moving forward, okay? All right. Moving on to number two, as you saw me so slyly write down the timestamp for the end of that. Okay, number two. Lordy. Wow. All right. So for number two, we have the Death card with the Six of Coins, with the Ace of Cups, right? For the tarot cards. And these cards, I am really reading that this person has just gone through a major, major, major transformation. Some major stuff has happened. Something has died away. They've broken through some boundaries. They've released huge, huge challenges, whether they be, I mean, the majority of them being internal, some of them being external. And the sun has set on something in their lives. It's going to rise again, but in allowing this to die off, so to speak, to transform, I feel like they're dropping some of their armor here and they're becoming more balanced. This is about balance. This is about balancing giving and taking, which is the same as balancing masculine and feminine, because your masculine is your archetypal giver, your feminine is your archetypal receiver. And so that is like, you know, balancing what you put out there with what you are able to take in, the Six of Coins here, or Six of Pentacles. This balance is a critical point of achieving this, which is self-love, which is a new self-love, because it's the ace, it's the number one. And the ace can just be a new love in general or a new project. But in all honesty, when the ace comes up, I feel like this is truly integrating the divine with the self and the divine love with the self love. And that's what's truly, that is what is essential in the transformational process and balancing. These things can't happen without this, and this is the result of this, right? So it's a full circle that happens when you are in this energy. This is very high vibrational energy. Okay? If your complement is in this place, you are in a very good place. And so they're saying to you, because I keep calling these messages, so I have to quit just reading the cards and read out the messages. So what they're saying to you is that they have turned over a new leaf. Like they're in a new place in their life emotionally, and that they've come into balance through allowing a transformation in their lives. They've shed so much energy um, through the changing landscape is what I'm hearing, through the changing landscape, whatever that means. And it's all about self-love for them and acceptance. Acceptance is the next card. And that is similar to self-love in that self-acceptance is essential to allowing your um, divine complement to accept you. So you must both be in acceptance of yourselves and in self-love before you can truly move forward. And nobody's keeping score here. It's really just about the resonance of your energy. So if you are in these energies, imagine, I just felt the rush of this. Like imagine the kind of attraction between people who truly love and accept themselves. Imagine that. Like that's incredible. If you are not in these energies, you're not ready yet. The next card here is reach for your dreams. It says, I am the creator of my own dreams and achieve them with confidence. So this is someone saying, I'm fully aware that I'm capable and I have the power, the empowerment to make things happen in my life. And I feel that this person understands that they were the person who made this happen. They were the person to initiate, start, and create the healing. And it has just absolutely created this new beginning and allowed for self-love and self-acceptance. So this is true empowerment right here. It feels like the Two of Wands. This is like being able to create anything that you want in your life, and you are in the best position to do that when you're balanced and in self-love and in contact with divine love. And between divine complements, of course, there's so much divine love. Um, the final card here is the One of Roses, which I freaking love, and that's commitment. So this person is telling you that they have made a new commitment to themselves and that they are ready to make the commitment to bringing in your union or your life mission or the things that you're manifesting in your life. So they're committed to you, they're committed to themselves, number one, and they're committed to your purpose. And that is so, so important. This could absolutely be the initiation of some kind of new level of commitment in your life. And I feel like somebody who is in this place in their development and in their healing is really making a new commitment, especially to themselves. Okay, and then what develops out of that is a commitment to things outside of themselves, whether it be a new job, to use their divine complement, and or recommitment to family or whatever it is. This is a renewal. This is like, um, I'm seeing like fulfillment, okay? This is amazing. Like, this is excellent energy. I hope some of you are resonating with this number two. Tell me if you are, because this is incredible. This is a group, this is somebody who is really ready. Okay. Um, Also, if you picked number two and you're like, I don't think that's my compliment, it might be you. So that's a good thing too, because when you're ready, they become ready eventually. Okay. Group number three. All right. So this group has the Two of Wands. They have the Five of Swords. And they have the Page of Pentacles. So for this group, I'm feeling that they're actively planning on how to release themselves from the struggles that they're going through. They're actively looking for this new beginning in the physical world, which means they're changing their physical circumstances. It might be that they are leaving a job or partnership. There also might be one child involved. I don't know why I'm getting that from the Page of Pentacles, but I'm seeing one child. So that might be something that's affecting where they are with things. But I just feel like there's a lot of, I don't feel like that's literally what this card means, is a lot of like mental combat happening. This might be between people, a battle of egos, a battle of really intensely locked in, not budging kinds of egos. Okay, so this might be the situation that they're actively planning to remove themselves from and get this new beginning here. I do feel I'm walking away from whatever situation that is causing this kind of struggle and conflict. They don't want to be in this conflict. They're actively planning this escape. They're broadening their horizons, broadening their world. They might be learning something new in order to get out of a specific job for some of you. Somebody might be studying law or something to be able to represent themselves in a legal situation and really take control of whatever this ego battle is. But this is definitely taking control of laying the plans for and actively wanting to be released from this conflict. There's no longer like the not knowing. Like now you know what you want and what you're going to get. Okay? Like you know what you're trying to accomplish. It just might take a little time. Okay, because we're talking about the physical world, new beginnings in the physical, and it's not really the ace, it's the page. So it's like, you know how like the ace is really huge energy, the page is a new beginning, but it's like a more meager new beginning, and it might be like a little bit of I'm just hearing like in like a lamb, out like a lion. Like, you know how there's that saying for the month of March. So they're walking into this new beginning like a lamb, but eventually they'll be walking out of it like a lion. Okay, if that makes sense. I'm still getting the child, especially a male child. So somebody's got a male child involved in whatever it is, and that's part of what's taking so much time. But they know that they want this new beginning. They don't want this anymore. And this is their active planning. They're asking you to trust them. They're asking you to trust in the process and trust them. They're coming, they're figuring it out. It's just a really difficult, and I'm feeling like a touchy situation. I'm feeling like also here, there might be a mother, wife, girlfriend. This is a feminine energy. Aside from this male child, there's a feminine energy here who's a little bit accustomed to a finer life. She might be kind of a stuck-up bitch. Let's totally be honest here, okay? She's stuck-up bitch. And I think that might be scaring this person. And that's part of the conflict here. Like, they know that fighting this stuck-up bitch is going to be like hell in a handbasket. So they're just asking for your trust and patience in getting out of this situation. The next card is number 18, Air Elemental. I embrace the element of air and open to all knowledge and wisdom. So that kind of goes back to this person might be learning some new stuff, expanding their horizons. I do feel like this person is either learning, oh my God, hot flash. This person might be learning how to represent themselves in court. I'm just getting like legal stuff coming through, maybe because all of the air energy. Or they're learning, some of them are learning to respect their own boundaries, and they're learning to demand respect from other people. I'm just looking at this. I don't even know what it is. I'm going to call it an eagle, but I don't really know what it is. This bird here above the angel thing. They're learning to fly on their own. I feel like they may have depended on this other person for their emotional security, for their self-worth, for their physical security even. Like, even if this person is, some of these people might not be working for themselves. Some of them might be like a stay-at-home, if we're talking about a female energy or even a male energy. Why did I just say that? Like, obviously men or women can be stay-at-home parents. Or the other person is a bigger earner, and this person is learning some new stuff, is learning new skills so that they can improve their lives. They can improve their status in some way. Because right now they feel like they're starting out at a low sort of status, whether that be in just starting over, or that's like money wise, like they don't have a lot financially, or it could be that they're starting out in a career or changing careers, and so they're start just in the beginning start stages of their status, or that they literally feel like they are in a lower status or something, whether that be like money wise, socially, maybe they're younger, some kind of lower status that they are feeling. But they are asking specifically for your trust and patience, okay? And finally, this card is called Add Some. And this is, I guess this is how people used to take roll call in the olden days. They would say add some, meaning I'm here. And to me, that kind of feels like I'm becoming myself. I'm becoming who I am. There's a number 22 up here as well, which is another master number. So this is a person working on their own self-mastery. And I feel like they're working on mastery in in who they are and in the physical plane as well. Like they're learning who they are in the physical world, if that makes sense. And they're learning who they are in the non-physical world as well. Like this is somebody who may have only recently woken up and has been repressed by their situation for a time. So they're fighting their way out of it. And this is their way of saying, I'm here. Notice me. I'm doing the work. I'm doing this. I'm becoming myself. So this is a process for them, and they want to be recognized. I'm feeling like they want to be recognized. They want to know you care. So if you're resonating with this, this might be it might just be that you want to send them positive energy. If it's somebody that you're in contact with, it might be, here's the trust card. It might be that you start to build trust with them by showing interest in them, in their lives. You know what I mean? Like that's how you build trust between people, whether it be in your family, your friends, your coworkers, or anything. So this person wants to be seen. They don't want to keep living this life um, where they're small, where they feel small. Okay. Um, and that's about all I have for number 3. This feels very profound to me. This feels like almost an awakening, and it feels like coming into oneself identity. This feels like a person who has really suffered and really been repressed. I'm almost getting like the feeling of the housewives of the 50s. Like, I'm not saying that this is literally a housewife from the 50s, but like the housewives of the 50s who kind of had a glimpse of that there was more, but they had been so repressed by the culture, and they were right on this like tentative boundary of realizing their potential, but it not being accepted in their circles at this time. And so many of them like found themselves taking drugs and alcohol because they were trying to um, essentially self-soothe the pain of being on that line. But this person is not doing that. I'm not saying that this person is doing that, but this is a painful situation where you have to step up and say, hey, I'm here. Notice me. Okay. All right, you guys, let me know in the comments what you thought of these. And I am just so grateful for all of you and all of your awesome comments. I loved the comments on my last video. And I really do strive to be super authentic and normal and not like hippy dippy or anything, because that's just not me. And I'm glad that you guys are noticing and appreciating me for who I am, because I appreciate you guys. All right, have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.